the pace with control of this race. Here comes a run from Davey Hazard. He blocks the 10. Not going to be enough. Ryan Pace is going to win at Talladega.
Trying to hold off Wilson. He's done a good job so far. Wilson, one last desperate attempt to the bottom. He won't get there. Nick Curry wins at Bristol.
Coming out turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway here. Looks like he's in a class of his own right now.
Merzlak, one final time, get around the 55, big time send.
He hits the wall, he hits it, he gets the lead, but can he hang on to it? Oh my goodness, he made it to the line!
Nick pushed down the backstretch, is going to give him a good run through the corners.
Just a little bit
follow from the 1.
A little bit of contact there for second, but coming to the line, Toby Roberson's going to take home the checkered flag and victory here from the new Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the Afterburner Motorsports Christmas race here, live from the Daytona International Speedway. We're so glad you joined us here tonight on JTN. My name is Joe Twanski, up here in the booth from the world's center of racing, the Daytona International Speedway, for what promises to be a great night of racing here with our friends at Afterburner Motorsports. A reminder, as we kick off tonight's proceedings, to make sure if you haven't already, click the like button on the video and make sure you are subscribed to us here at JTN. You can also check out the Afterburner Motorsports website. We have that linked down in the video description below. Gonna go for 53 laps here tonight from this 2.5 mile super speedway. This, of course, as always, is your AutoSim 2 race preview. Remember, AutoSim 2 now available on Steam. Makes a great Christmas gift, just saying. Sunday night JTN, it's a welcome surprise, isn't it, Tristan? See Tristan out there, see Stenzo out there. Thank you, Stenzo. I appreciate that. I was very happy last weekend. That was my early Christmas gift. Was, of course, my Wolverines making it 4 straight over those dastardly Buckeyes. But that shoved aside, we're going to see some great racing here tonight. We saw a fun one last year. This, of course, the second time we're getting the privilege and the honor of calling this race here tonight. We'll get to talk with these drivers here in a few moments. They want to send out their Christmas wishes. And, well, overall, folks, it's going to be a fun time of racing here tonight. It's the season of giving, but there probably won't be a lot of give and take out there on the track. Tristan, best of luck here on finals. You're going to kick butt. No, you will. Knowing you. You're going to kick butt. You're going to ace them. It's going to be great. But we're going to have fun here tonight around this 2.5 mile super speedway. We hope you enjoy yourself watching from home as well. Yeah, there's not much more I can really explain to you guys, but it's just going to be a fun night of racing action here from Daytona. Yeah, I would think a little bit more. A little bit more taken than given, but let's go ahead and head on down to the grid, and I will give it away to Mr. Ray Hulick Jr. to introduce you to tonight's field of drivers.
Hi guys, 2024 Christmas race. We're going to let each driver, starting with Mr. Godfrey, do his Christmas introduction, and then we'll go on from him.
Number 3, John Godfrey, GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Number 9, Chris Elliott out of Mooresville, North Carolina. I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Stanley.
Oh, sorry guys. Stanley 05 out of Queensland, Australia. Wish all my American friends a Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Okay, 18, Ray Hulick Jr. I want to wish my wife, my son, my dog, my brothers, my sisters, and all my friends here in here tonight a Merry Christmas.
Number 20, Joe Morbido, driving the Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer Silverado from Newburgh, New York.
Randy Wall, driving 21, Alabama Crimson Tide Dodge from Huntsville, Alabama. Shout out to my sons, Corey and Christian. Grandsons Adrian, Asher, and Asa. Let's go racing, Corey. Merry Christmas, everybody.
23, Doug Hulick from Plum, Pennsylvania, driving the whiteout Toyota Tundra. Thanks, Ray, for putting us on every year. Season's greetings to all my friends, family, my son over there, and my daughter out in Oklahoma. Keep everybody safe.
Graham.
Wrong button.
Your turn.
Brad McDonald driving the number 24 from Sarnia, Ontario. I want to say Merry Christmas and good luck, everybody.
The 25, Robert Shoemaker from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Wishing everybody a happy Christmas and New Year too.
Ian Carroll driving the 41 car from Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Steve writes in the 61. Steve wants to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and don't do what he does.
Jerry N. 68 from Apache Junction, Arizona. Hope everybody has a Merry Christmas.
Mike Altenoff in the number 80, wishing everybody in Marion, Indiana, and the rest of the country a Merry Christmas.
Go ahead, Tom.
I'm kind of the newbie here. Tom Heinrich from Madison, Minnesota, wishing everybody Merry and Happy Christmas.
Tracy Anders, driving 89 Toyota. Just want to wish everybody Merry Christmas from the Buckeye State.
Yep, Charles Tallman Copeland from Windsor, North Carolina. Hope everybody has a Merry Christmas to all you fellows in my family.
Number 97, Pat McCarskey. Corey, Merry Christmas.
Number 99, Jeffrey Goodpaster out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Want to wish everybody here and everybody that's watching a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Driving the 029, Mike Mangialardi out of Federal Way, Washington. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Javier Negron from Bridgeport, Connecticut, driving the 044 truck. Merry Christmas, all.
110, Dennis Chambers. Just want to wish everyone a good race. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
137, John Dick from Grand Blanc, Michigan. Merry Christmas.
Drivers, thank you for your introductions. A happy holidays, a Merry Christmas to you and your families, and best of luck here tonight from Daytona.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
And that is your field here tonight from the Daytona International Speedway of 22. They will line up like this. Tracy Anders on pole in the number 89 with a time of 48.892 seconds. Outside will be Doug Hulick in that 23 truck, 48.920. Joe Morabito in the number 20, and Charles Starman Copeland in the 93 roll off in row number 2. Row 3 will be the 3 of John Godfrey and the 040 of Javier Negron. Jeffrey Goodpaster in the 99 and Randy Wan, the 21, roll off in row number 4. Rounding out your top 10 here this evening, it's the 029 of Mike Mangialardi and the 41 of Denny Carroll. Stanley in the 05 will roll off in position number 11. And to the outside, Mike Altenhoff in the number 80. Jerry Enns in the 68. And John Dick in the 137 roll off in row number 7. Robert Shoemaker and Pat McCarskey roll off in row number 8 in the 25 and 97. Graham McDonald, the last driver to take a time, will roll off in that 24 truck in 17th. Then the rest of the field set on random draw. Steve Wright in the 61, Dennis Chambers in the 110, Ray Hulick Jr. in the number 18, Tom Heinrich in the number 86, and Chris Elliott in the number 9. Again, making up your field of 22 truckers here tonight from the Daytona International Speedway, folks. Again, can't thank you enough for joining us here tonight. We're going to have a great night of racing action. Hope you enjoy yourselves here tonight like we will up here in the booth. Myself, of course, our producer, Bristol, the best dog producer in all of esports, working the cams. We got a little bit of a Christmas vacation for ourselves coming down here to the warm Daytona Beach from our chilly Michigan studios, but it's going to be a fun time here tonight. So glad you're joining us. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you are subscribed. Special race here tonight for these drivers. Of course, we always talk about when you have these special invitational events. Let's say this one, in this case, an open event. There's sometimes a little bit more on the line, but there's a lot more pride on the line in this one here tonight. These drivers all want to win this race. It's a big one. You, of course, see all the different trucks decked out in their holiday best. Heard all the drivers sending out their holiday wishes and Merry Christmas to you and your family from all of the drivers here at Afterburner. And, yeah, we're going to have a fun time tonight. Never did I think I'd see a good wrench number 3 with some bulb Christmas lights on it. But, alas, here we are. I like the touch of the bows on the grills too for a lot of these cars. It's nice little bit of pizzazz. And these drivers all kind of getting their last little bit of practice in as we got a crash there. You keep it rolling. It's only happy hour. We're all good. Now, I'm not going to sing Christmas carols to you folks at home because I don't think that would be a valuable use of your listening or your time. And, you know, I could always use the singing practice. We all know that. But nonetheless, let us know what your favorite Christmas song is out there, or holiday song. You know, maybe you've got a good New Year's song that you like to sing as the ball drops and the clock strikes midnight. I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. As the field will get lined up here as we wait the command to get engines fired from the Daytona International Speedway. As there's the command and all these truckers get fired up. Getting ready to roll off here for 56 laps from the Daytona International Speedway. 22 truckers out there tonight as they roll off the grid. Packed grandstands as always here. Folks, remember, hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. If you don't hit the like button, you're going to make me sad. And you don't want to do that this time of year. Sweet treat, some JTN on a Sunday night. Folks, this is the time. You get your holly jolly cheer. You might want to throw it out the window. It is the season of giving, but there'll be a lot of taking here tonight. Who's going to get the ultimate gift of a trophy at the end of this race? 56 laps for all these drivers to try to find a way to bring home the largest present of them all, a win here from the Daytona International Speedway. Pace truck will make the hard left turn down the pit lane and give way to the number 89 of Tracy Anders here as the field makes their way into the start zone. Green flag, we're racing here in the 2024 Afterburner Motorsports Christmas race. Still in lockstep as the field makes their way to the end of the back straightaway into turn number 3. The 23 of Hewlick still to the outside there of Anders. They're holding steady there. That outside line will start to make some momentum as this run goes on. You can already see the numbers starting to form in that outer line. The inside, though, of course, shortest way around the racetrack. Blah, 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 blah. In theory, you'd think it's the fastest and intuitively, right? But sometimes that's just not the case with the momentum that the outside line will get as this race goes on. Anders trying to clear that 23. Barely clear right now of Hewlick in the outside line with the push from Morabito in the number 20. That Toyota Hot Rod sled looking good out there. You see the fire from those decal exhausts on the side, but there goes the 23 now edging out into the front to the lead into turn number 3. Who's going to lead lap number 2? Hewlick takes lap number 2 in the number 23. Doug now out in front. Oh, by about just a nose, right? You can see the whole field there from our wide angles. Everyone's still grouped together in a pack, as the 23 is now clear with the lead. Outside lane trying to take the momentum. And you're seeing more trucks head into that line. You're kind of watching this race in its early adolescence right now. It's in a feeling out phase. So these truckers try to figure out exactly how they want to go. You saw Anders able to get to that outside line. 3 with a big push to the 20. Morabito taking that shove from Godfrey down into turn 3. And that puts that Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer Silverado, out in front. And Morabito will jump into the outside line, so kind of abandons that 3 truck there on the bottom. And now you see more of those trucks trying to get down to that inside line, so maybe a shuffle here at the front of the field. Godfrey now goes to the lead in the number 3. The outside lane starting to lose its momentum a little bit. Enns now takes over the race lead in the number 68. Jerry puts that in and out. Holiday. Duncan on the side as well. Chevrolet to the lead. But here comes Denny Carroll in the number 41. Wrangler Chevy will go to the lead now. Right now, we're just seeing constant shuffling for the race lead. The inside line has now kind of become the middle groove. The outside line almost getting squeezed up into that outside wall. Godfrey, big move to get to the inside of the 68. He does. Now that your first side-by-side battle for the 5th position. The top 4 are single file. Pack again is splintered further on back. This might be the point where these drivers start to settle down a little bit, maybe. We try to get into their rhythm. You've made up some time here in the first couple laps in the case of some of these guys. You maybe lost some in the case of others. But now's the moment where you start to kind of figure out exactly where you want and need it to be. Working lap number 10 here from the Daytona International Speedway. You're watching the Afterburner Motorsports Christmas race here live on JTN. I'm Joe Towetownetwork. Can't thank you enough for tuning in here tonight. A Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone out there. Hope you also have a Happy New Year. Well, you're going into 2025 stronger than you were going into 2024. No, all of us here at JTN are. And, again, we can't thank you enough for sharing your Sunday evening with us here, being a part of our broadcast tonight. Make sure you say hello if you haven't already as well in chat. Randy Wass sits there in second behind Denny Carroll in the number 41. Angelardi in third, Negron and Morabito, your top 5 here. 10 laps in the books, working lap number 11 down the back straightaway. Chris Elliott with the move there at 9. You see that big bow tie on the front of that white Silverado. He tries to get to the inside. Karski in the 97 stays with Hewlick in the 23 for the time being. And again, 2 lines kind of forming towards the back half of this field right now. There's a little taken aback by how fast they got single file here at the front, but really, this is drivers just willing to be patient. We saw a pretty chaos-filled race 1 year ago. I have to think pit stops should be upcoming here in the next 10 laps. Might, shake the bag, shuffle the field a little bit. Right now, this gaggle at the front is starting to get a little more racy as Carroll leads the way. Waugh in second. Oh, we're getting a little close here. Now you got 2 lines kind of fighting for that middle as they're side by side for the lead. Negron looking for it. Javier in that Pizza Hut Chevrolet, or Ford, excuse me. Oh, Big mistake there by the commentator. Trying to get by Denny Carroll in the 41, but they're still going to stay locked side by side. Numbers now appear to be with that inside line. Momentum will continue to carry the outside as they try to hold the inside down. They're holding this middle line. That's kind of where the most grip is. You can see them get the good run here now down the back straightaway. One truck has fallen off the field. That is the 18. Ray Heulick Jr. And that 18 truck has lost the draft. I don't know if he's having some mechanical issues. We'll keep our eyes on the 18. Should we get a caution, or should he catch up to some other competitors? Top three again, single file. We are at a very weird stage in this race, folks. I'm kind of at a loss for how to describe it to you at home, but it's one of these where I don't know. You can tell that some of these drivers are waiting for these pit stops, and there you see the 41 and the 21 get to that inside line, so they should be coming this time around, and they're really going to check up those guys on the bottom. Here come the pit stops. The 41, 21, both down pit lane. Looks like they're the only two. Could be a race saving strategy. Could be a race defeating strategy. If there is an incident to come here as the rest of the field makes their initial trips down the pit lane. Some aggressive bumps there from the 97 to the 24. Still, most of the field still staying out here, so going a little bit longer than the 41 and 21. I have to wonder if those two maybe use some extra fuel being up front. We'll continue to watch and see. Morabito in the 20 looking outside. So I don't think that this 20 truck's going to come this time. Maybe that's why he's going out there. I think there's going to be a lot of takers on pit road. Here we go. Clean entry from everybody. So that gives way to the 20. Morabito, Mangialardi, Elliott, Godfrey, and Altenhoff. Your top five here. Dennis Chambers there in the 110 in 6th. Your pole sitter, Tracy Anders, there in 7th. Again, a little bit of a splintered pack as the 9 is slow here going into turn 3. Maybe they were running on fumes here. I'm going to make this pit stop. So the rest of the field, a lot of drivers in this group maybe being a little more aggressive. But everyone able to get to pit road. Let's see. Here are our first 2 takers on pit lane. Randy Waugh, Denny Carroll. They're up to speed. They're going to zoom on by. Oh, now going to have to go through the middle. Cheeky move there from those truckers trying to get back out on track. Ulick having to come back down. The 86 also having to come back down pit road. Let's see, the rest of the leaders coming back on track, but I think they're going to get past here, folks. Morabito trying to get up to speed. Chris Elliott. Godfrey. I don't think it's going to be enough because here comes Waugh in the 21. But you can see exactly how this pack's going to form up, and this is how these races tend to go, folks. Big move inside. That's McDonald in the number 24. Graham McDonald trying to find a way around this 21 and 41. Has the support from behind. Race lead feels critical at this point because you know you're going to have one more pit stop in this race. As these leaders stay side by side, that's going to allow some of these single file trucks behind them to maybe get a sniff of the draft and catch up. The rest of the pack has to be very organized at this point in the race to try to catch these guys. Morabito and Elliott go ahead and take the outside line. They'll leave that 24 and 040 on the bottom. And Negron having to come back down and serve a penalty onto pit lane comes the Pizza Hut Chevrolet. So Randy Waugh, your new race leader here after the pit cycle. All right, folks. No, Tristan, I am not calling races like Gus Johnson. I will do the complete opposite of that. This show is not supposed to be about me. It's supposed to be about these drivers. And right now, they're in line. They're single file. They're just trying to work things out. I think a lot of these drivers are just trying to get to this next pit stop right now. You know, maybe trying to see exactly where they are. Anders is the leader of this second pack. Was about 4.5 seconds back. Lost about 0.3 that last. I think all these trucks have getting away from the cop speed. That second pack's going to need these guys at the front to get racy. But if you're one of these 7, I don't see the motivation to do that because if you're going, you know, if you're going to get a little shifty, let's say, here at the front of the field, you're allowing more trucks and more drivers to get into the fight for the race win in the lead. you keep as many out because that, in theory, increases your probability of winning because there's less variables, there's less trucks. You know, Randy Watt wants them to run single file here for the next, what, 20, 30 laps. Don't think that's going to happen if Chris Elliott has anything to say about it in that number 9, as he's already making a move to the outside of Morabito in the 20, and he's there heading into turn 3, but definitely something to watch if these drivers either stay single file or elect to maybe try to make up some time. So it's that all for one for all type of thing here. Maybe you got some Three Musketeers, because there's heavy damage to the 029. And some contact on pit lane that we missed. Here comes Elliott on the outside. Push from McDonald in the 24. Graham giving that 9 truck all he can handle here down the back straightaway. Elliott again. Randy Watt getting a little aggressive trying to hold him off here. Oh my goodness. Off of turn number 4, Waz going to have to stay on the bottom. Here comes Chris Elliott looking for the race lead here into the tri-oval. They're side by side once again here at Daytona. Elliott trying to get to the race lead, and that number 9, they're coming up on lap traffic. That's the 040 and Negron, who had to serve a penalty, so he's still up to speed. No damage to be seen on that Pizza Hut Chevrolet, but let's see what happens as Waz going to try to go up and block the 9, stays down in front of the 41. You see some more shuffling as Hewlick in the 23, Godfrey in the 3, both trying to figure out what line they want to be a part of here at the front as the battle rages on for the race lead, and now for second. Elliott and Carroll right now side by side. Elliott in the number 9, should be easy enough to know that. Godfrey in the 40 or in the 3 at the back of that outside line. Now kind of the swing truck out there. Which line does Godfrey elect to push here, heading through turns 1 and 2. I'm all kinds of tongue-tied up here. Still side by side. Big pushes right now. Inside, more together. You see that 41 not afraid to get on the bumper. They're on the apron a little bit. That's going to make the outside line think twice about hugging the door. See, slowing down. Caution is out for the first time here tonight. Hewlick. Ray Hewlick in the 18. And the 137 of John Dick. Jed 111 around here on the back straightaway. Let's see what caused our first caution of the night here all the way on lap 31. What happened here, folks? Oh my goodness, it's a big crash. Looks like Starman in the 93 has a moment here, gets a bump from the 137, comes back up the track, collects the 18. And the 137. We'll go on board with Ray in this 18 truck. Get you a good view of what happens here. Maybe the view of the underbody of one of these trucks. There you go. Lucky enough that all that pavement down there, he doesn't hit that inside wall. That would have been a tough lick. But a heavy hit for the 93 of Starman comes right back up the track. 99 of Goodpaster probably helps that 93 not hit the wall harder. But still going to be some significant damage on all three of those trucks. This caution going to regroup the pack up. So wouldn't be surprised to see some of these truckers get a little aggressive here. A lot of fuel-only stops. Upcoming races here on JTN, presented by Scheme Haven. It's the TMP Truck Series from California this Wednesday night, 8:55 p.m. Eastern Time. Then the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series from California on Thursday at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. And December 19th, it's the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series from the Talladega Super Speedway. Those are your next three races up here live on JTN. So again, working our first caution of the night. Can't thank you enough for tuning into JTN. Wishing you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. Hope you've got some fun activities planned. Get the pylon lit up nice with the Afterburner logo. Some good little touches here around this version of Daytona for this league. And remember, if you want to check out Afterburner Motorsports, you can check them out on the web. We got their website linked in the video description below. Can't thank Ray enough for bringing us out here tonight. He and his team have done an excellent job putting this thing together. Of course, you see all the festive paint schemes. Of course, all the drivers also sending out their holiday well wishes, Merry Christmas, the Happy New Year. Again, we at JTN send that out to you as well. But yeah, we're having a grand old time here tonight. Halfway through in this one. See some more cars coming down, or trucks, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can't be having me saying cars. It's a truck race. It is a truck race, folks. I know, Greg. It is crazy how fast this year has gone by. Feels like it just started, honestly. That's going to be Chris Elliott with control here for the restart in that outside line in the number 9. 21 and 41 have been split up. Seen those two work very well together. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to get reacquainted with one another here. So, Pace Truck will make the hard left turn down the pit lane. Gives way to Elliott in the number 9, engine number 9. And back away we go. Green flag, and we're racing once again here from Daytona. The feeling you're going to see drivers getting a little more aggressive here now that we're over halfway done in this one. 22 laps remain. Also wonder if some guys are going to maybe try to stretch the tank of fuel in this race. That would be a tall task. That would be a very tall task. But I'm sure someone's up for it. Elliott with a good push from Denny Carroll in the 41. Gets that 9 truck out with the race lead. Carroll now quick to jump to the bottom to get in front of Waugh in the 21. They'll continue to battle, but right now the outside line has a stark numbers advantage. See, one truck looking to make it go 3 wide. Couldn't tell who that was. That's Makarski in the 97. Contact with Anders. Makarski will have to get back in the line. That could have been a big moment entering turn 3. Top 2 have now gotten single file. Graham McDonald in the 24 also trying to get into that club by pushing the heck out of the tailgate of that 20 truck right now. They're now all clear. Carroll and Waugh starting to fall back here. Interesting scenes here at the front of the field right now. Here comes McDonald looking for the race lead. Side by side exit of the tri-oval. And some big moves starting to happen here. 17 to go. You're seeing these trucks start to jostle around a little bit right now as well. Everyone creeping up to the edge of control. They still got control. They're just creeping their way up to the edge. Inside the line, drifts up a little bit. Ooh, almost a moment there with Doug in the 23. Oh, Morabito contact with the 24. That's a crash. Big crash here at the tri-oval at Daytona. Everyone going to be piled up from 4th on back in this one. The caution will fly for the second time tonight, and we have calamity on lap 41. Couldn't tell what exactly happened with the 20. This might be a little bit of what we like to call bumper grab, folks. Morabito is all over the tailgate of Chris Elliott here off of turn number 4. Still on the tailgate. Nope, not a lot of contact there with the 23. And just clips that left rear. Gets that truck upset. And then it's on from there. Big hit for Randy Waugh. The 68 got into the 99. Starman did a good job. So did Dennis Chambers, kind of driving through that one. Let's go on board with Dennis Chambers in the 110 here. This was the huge one, Tristan. Look at this. Look at all that. Oh my goodness. That thing went all the way from the exit of the tri-oval to turn 1. Her truck's spinning out. My goodness. Big hit here for the 80. Oh, just killed our poor lollipop sign guy. Hit the pace truck as well. That's why those things are parked behind a wall now. .25 almost missed it, but didn't. Oh my goodness. 21 is all tore up. That was one of the truck's drivers that had dominated this race so far, and Randy Waugh will be out of this one. Pack it up and call it a night. Danny Carroll wins the race off of the pit lane. Everyone should be good to go. Make it to the end of this race. Be plenty good to go now. Rowan now coming down pit lane, so Denny Carroll will have control for this restart. Denny was collected in this wreck, so don't know how much damage this 41 Wrangler Jeans Chevrolet is going to have here on the restart, but that will be something to watch. Watch the truck behind the 41, see what happens. That'll be Chris Elliott, or if that will be Graham McDonald. That's yet to be seen, because it'll all depend on what lane the 41 selects here for the restart. It's like the last restart, Chris Elliott took the outside, so maybe we'll see the 41 do the same, but now he's without his dancing partner here at the front of the field that he's been working with so well all tonight. Be interesting to see if that 41 can find a new partner, and usually when you have a fast truck, that's not so hard, but again, the jury's still going to be out as to how much that damage sustained is going to affect the speed of this 41 truck. Again, we'll be going back green with about 10 laps to go here from Daytona. You're watching the Afterburner Motorsports Christmas race here, live on JTN. My name is Joe Towanski. Can't thank you enough for tuning in here tonight. Wishing you and your entire family a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. Hope you have had a prosperous 2024, and as we head into 2025, things continue to look up for you and your family. 2024 hasn't been the greatest of years. Well, guess what? We're going to reset into 2025 in just under 30 days. Just about 20 days, actually. So, we're getting close. We're getting close to the end of the year, folks. Howdy, Magoo. How do you do? Probably heard that joke, or that rhyme scheme too many times. I apologize. It's like just 3 trucks out of this race tonight. Heinrich, John Godfrey, and Randy Waugh. Base truck lights will go out. We'll go back green with 11 laps to go. You see Negron getting a lap back there. Kulik also going to go ahead and get a lap back in the 18. Coming down to the end of this one here at Daytona. Ooh, it's gonna be a good restart, folks. It's a little intense now up here in the booth, so like you can feel it from down there on the racetrack. These truckers are they're gonna be pushing the issue a little bit here. The bumps to the back of the tailgate's gonna get a little bit rougher in these closing laps. Blocks might start to go through the roof, and oh yeah, you can still throw one of those mythical yellow flags to re-rack them a couple times here. With the laps that we do have remaining. Pace truck is in 11 laps to go here from Daytona. Carroll with control on the outside in the 41. Green flag, and we're back underway here. As the 41 does not have immediate help behind him. Hewlick in the 23 does from Chris Elliott. Those 2 white trucks on the bottom working very well together. The 23 is going to get pushed out to the race lead through the center of turns 1 and 2. Momentum starting to shift, though. The outside line now getting bunched up and formed up. Energy will shift to the back of the 41. Hewlick goes to the top to block some exhaust coming out of the 41. That means he lifted a little bit there to try to not run over the 23 heading down into turn 3. So still maybe not past that point of no return for some of these truckers. At some point, though, you will have to go through. You know, you can't go over it, you can't go under it. You're trying to go around it, but then sometimes you just have to go through it. Top 2, top 3 now single file here at the front of the field. Hewlick, Carroll, as McDonald in the 24 gets stuck in the outside. Chris Elliott with a push now to the back of the 41, down the back straightaway. It'll be a drag race. Momentum and numbers right now to the outside. But the 9 not afraid to push this 41. Can Denny Carroll hold on to take home the victory here tonight, or will someone else rise up to get around that Wrangler Chevrolet? They're still side by side for the race lead. One truck out of line, that's Anders. Our pole sitter, Tracy Anders, that red Toyota Tundra, 4th truck in line on the outside. Denny Carroll now, tried to get to the outside, almost got put in the sucker hole down the back straightaway. Chris Elliott now going to give that 41 a big old shove here into turn 3. 137 was right on his tailgate as well. They saw that 9 truck get down on the apron. Now once again, here comes the 23 with momentum off a turn at number 4. Drag race back to the line. Hewlick will get it. Oh, Chris Elliott, big wobble down there into turn 1. Oh my goodness. See Anders in the 89 dropping to the bottom as well, coming to lap 50. When does Graham McDonald make a move to the bottom? Because now he is free and clear to do so. And don't look now. Shoemaker in the 25 might have something to say here before the end of this thing. And then you got Jeffrey Goodpaster in the 99 also up in this battle. 4th truck in line in the outside. Denny Carroll with a big shove from Chris Elliott. These two going to try to mount another charge here off of turn number 2. Doug Hewlick, though, still with the race lead in the 23. Anders stepping out of line. You see Dennis Chambers there in the 110 down on the apron. This inside line is splintered. The outside line is holding together. And here comes Negron in the 040 as well, who is just a lap down. Just had to get a lucky dog to get back on the lead lap. Negron might be in this battle before the end of the race. Top 3, single file. Now they all drop down to the bottom. Trying to take over this middle lane. And now the bottom lane becomes the middle like we saw on that opening run. That's where all the grip is, folks. That's really the best line because you get the good drive off and you also get to drive the shorter way around the racetrack. Chris Elliott going to make a move, looks to the inside of the 41. We're keeping our eyes right now on this battle for 4th as the leaders stay single file here off of turn number 4. 41 mounting a charge once again. The number's just not there just yet. McDonald in a 24 again trying to get to the inside. Hewlick doing a good job in that 23 of kind of shading down, blocking, but without completely committing to a line. It's a fine line that you have to kind of balance as the race leader, especially in the closing stages of a race, because if you get turned, that's all on you. Hewlick now committing to the bottom, down the back straightaway. Big pushes now for these 4. They are nose to tail. They are locking bumpers into turn number 3, folks. This is about as scared as you will be this entire race behind the wheel of one of these trucks. 24 again, looking down to the inside. Denny Carroll makes a move to the outside. Ulick again with a block. It's tense. It's hard to keep talking because it's taking my breath away. So Denny Carroll gave up the inside line to try to take the lead of the outside line. So gave up third to see if he can get something going now. Doug Hulick with the race lead. Graham McDonald there in second. Chris Elliott now trying to push through into third. They're getting close to making some contact. They're going to make a little bit of contact. You're seeing the vendors clip, folks. That's not good. We don't want that. We do not want that. Denny Carroll with a big run this time down the front straightaway. Exit the tri-oval. Here comes the 41 to the outside of the 23 for the race lead. He is there on the quarter panel. Again, hugging that inside line, not letting them take over the middle. At the line, it will be 2 laps to go here from Daytona. Trucks getting on the apron on corner entry. We got pushes in the corners right now, folks. This is everyone pushing to try to get to the front of this field in the next 5 miles. 2 laps to go here from Daytona. Denny Carroll with the race lead. One truck on the apron, that's the 89. And see a lot of these trucks on the inside. They continue to clip that yellow line. The outside holding them down tight. Negron now drops to the bottom. That's going to leave a big opening. And here comes Chris Elliott looking to make it 3 wide. Oh, it's going to get tight. He's going to go around. He's going to go around. The 9 truck's around. The 110, the 05, he's not. He saved it. They're 4 wide. Now they're going around. Now they're wrecking here. Off of turn number 4. Race back to the line. Doug Hulick gets to the white. But, folks, it's as good as the checkered. And what might have been one of the closest finishes, because I think it was one of the most unexpected finishes. Doug Hulick will take home the checkered flag tonight in the number 23. Denny Carroll, Graham McDonald, Robert Shoemaker, and Javier Negron will be your top 5. Let's get a replay because that wreck was trying to happen for about a quarter of a lap until it did. At least the whole set of corners, because what happens here is the 9 gets aggressive, trying to make a move work, gets on the apron. Chris Elliott, can't fault him for it though. And then we're just kind of, everyone's a little upset. Oh man. The race will end under caution with Doug Hulick taking home the checkered flag here from Daytona in the Afterburner Motorsports Christmas race. Denny Carroll comes up just short of the victory. Graham McDonald will round out your podium, but Doug Hulick, your winner here tonight from DIS. So, folks, again, as always, encourage you to stick around. We're going to talk with our top 3 finishers. They'll give out their shout-outs, so if you know them, they might say your name. You might hear your name called here on the broadcast. But again, as always, we can't thank you enough for tuning into JTN today. Make sure, if you haven't already, drop a like on the video. Make sure you're subscribed. We appreciate you doing that so much. Or you can make sure you can also follow us on our social media, JoeTowNetwork. Also go check out Track and Turf. Thanks for tuning in, Magoo. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to everyone out there. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Doug Hulick will braid around and get to burn it down here from Daytona. So we'll get to talk with Doug. We'll talk with the rest of our podium here tonight. Again, folks, make sure if you haven't already, drop a like on the video. Make sure you are subscribed to us here on JTN. Can't thank you enough, as always, for tuning in. Wait for our drivers to make their way up into the media center. But again, as always, encourage you to check out the leagues that we broadcast live here on JTN, because all of them do such a fantastic job. Friends here at Afterburner, no different. Refresh that for you folks at home. Get those full results for you here in a second. But yeah, a stellar race here at the end. I mean, these guys were, you could tell they were putting it all on the line. When you see that happening, that's how you know that the race means something to these drivers, because they have every reason to maybe not push the issue. Although, you know, what I've learned over the couple of years we've been broadcasting, you give them a checkered flag, they're going to go for it. But these drivers did a stellar job here tonight. So we kind of await our interviews. Always a great time to remind you, too, to get into sim racing if it's something that's, you've thought about, whether it be an NR 2003, an iRacing, however that looks for you. It's a great hobby to get into. It can be a frustrating hobby, too, because it's got that competitive element to it, but especially great when you got a good group to race with. Got a group that puts on good races like they did here tonight, like all of our league partners do, that we work with here on JTN. So, again, as always, can't thank all of you at home enough for tuning in. And let's go ahead and let's try to dial up our race winner down in victory lane. He's the driver of the number 23, Doug Hewlett. Doug, you got a copy?
I do have a copy. Nice to talk with you. How are you doing, Joe?
I'm doing great. I just saw you pull off, like, I don't know, I think it ended up coming across 100th of a second race win at Daytona. Did you think you had it there, especially with that caution coming out as late as it did?
I was hopeful that I could just run the low line and nobody'd be out there, but Denny got out there, and Denny's always a really a good driver and tough to race. I do have some teammates that were in the race with me. So Graham was behind me, pushing me, and Javier Negrano in a 40. He was out there with us too. Pat McCarthy, also appreciate all my teammates out tonight. Supporting the 23 truck. And I just got a really good bump. I think Javier gave Graham a bump, and that last second, that was it. 0.001?
0.01. 0.0. At least that's what I saw. Now, it was close. It was close. It looked closer than that, and I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't. It was just a rounding error on my software side. But how much does winning this race mean? Of course, it's obviously circumstance, Christmas race, it's a special event here at Afterburner, but how much does it mean to win this race, especially with such a strong field tonight?
It's especially gratifying since in the pre-race meeting, my brother Ray said, the only thing we can do tonight is not let the same guy win 3 times in a row, which, hey, Ray, Merry Christmas and happy birthday to you. But I did. So, I mean, it was just it's always good to come out, and some extra people out here tonight. Good, clean race. We ran a lot of good green flags. It was fun.
How intense are green flag pit stops on super speedways, maybe compared to intermediates or even short tracks?
Well, if you ask Ray about that with me, he would just say, I don't drive on short tracks. And I'm going to quite honestly tell you, I try to avoid short tracks. I would say I'm more of a speedway expert, so, well, better than speedways and short tracks. So I've done a lot of pit stops. You just got to really, rays are difficult because other ones, they let you hot pit, but Ray's a strict no hot pit kind of guy. So really just got to watch it very closely. Pit in second was good too because you get out really well. Not necessarily first, but first place, you don't seem to get out of the pit very quickly.
Well, Doug, stellar job here tonight. You lead 12 laps, but more importantly, you lead the most important one there at the end. Congratulations on the three-peat. Before we let you go, I want to give you the opportunity. We know you got some great folks tuning in, some great folks cheering you on, and some great folks to shout out. Floor is yours. You know what to do.
10-4. Well, I appreciate you, Joe, putting this broadcast on for Ray every year. My brother Ray, Bruce, my sisters Paula and Kim, my wife Karen, love her very much. My son, who is currently deployed over there in the Air Force, and my daughter out in Oklahoma, nieces, nephews, cousins, grandpas, whoever's out there. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Well, Doug, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you and your family. We appreciate your sacrifice there. I know holidays can be tough when a family member is deployed, especially a son. Congratulations on the win here tonight. Best of luck here in 2025 with all the sim racing stuff going on. And again, can't thank you enough for taking some time to talk with us.
Appreciate you. I hope you come back next Christmas and I go for 4 in a row.
Sounds good. Going for that 4-pack. Doug Heulick, driver of the 23, three-peats here tonight with the win at Daytona. Let's go ahead and next talk with our second place finisher, driver of the number 41, Denny Carroll. Denny, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Second place. Did you? How close was that behind the wheel for you? Because you made a stellar move to get to that outside line. And it just felt like you maybe needed that thing to run green to the end.
Yeah, they got a good push coming off through the trial border. I thought we had them there for a minute.
When we saw you working so well there with Randy throughout the race, when he ends up getting collected up in that incident, how much did you kind of have to change your approach to that closing 20 laps?
Well, I didn't have anybody else to work with, so I didn't know if anybody would push me or not. But the 25, whoever that was, man, he was a good pusher, and he almost won it for me.
Does it help? It helps having a fast truck, though, right? That makes those guys push you a little bit more because you led the most laps here tonight.
Oh, did I? Yeah, well, in that caution before the last one, I got caught up in. I lost my brakes, and I went into pit when everybody else topped off. I couldn't stop in my pit box.
Oh no!
So if that caution hadn't come out, I wouldn't have made it on fuel.
Okay, I was wondering because I saw you come out first, and it's like there's no way okay, that makes more sense. Speaking of pit stops, though, that green flag cycle we went through, we saw you and Randy pit a couple laps before the rest of the field. What was the strategy behind that? And then obviously it paid off because you guys were able to cycle through right up there back in towards the lead.
Well, on these super speedway tracks, whoever pits first usually has got the lead after everybody else pits. And I told Randy, I said, if we pit a lap or two before they do, we'll cycle back to the front, which we did.
Well, you did a fantastic job here tonight, Denny. We saw the big move to the outside line. How much of that when you're, I think you were like fourth truck in line there with 5 laps to go on the bottom. When you saw the hole open up to the outside to get in front of that 25, was that, okay, it's open, I got to go? Did it take a couple laps to kind of work up the nerve to get up there? What kind of goes into making that decision?
Well, I think the middle line's the fastest line. Anyway, I was just waiting on the hole to open to get up there.
Okay.
And, I lost both my drafting buddies in the race. One of them wrecked coming out of the pits the first time we pitted, and then Randy got caught up in that wreck, and I'll just hold it to the forehead. You don't need no brakes at Daytona.
That's right. Well, Denny, you do a stellar job here tonight. Second place finish. I know it's not where you want to be. You want to be down there in victory lane, but still a great run for you in this 41 bunch. Before I let you go, I want to give you the opportunity. You got some great folks behind you. You got some great folks to shout out. You know what to do, buddy. The floor is yours.
I just like to thank all my family and my family in Florida, my wife, everybody that watches me race and that's gotten any involvement in it. And thank you guys for the broadcast. Thanks.
Denny, again, pleasure getting the opportunity to talk with you. Congratulations once again on the run. Have a happy holidays and Merry Christmas, and hope to be talking with you again soon.
You too. Yeah. Thank you, Bess.
Denny Carroll, driver of the number 41, your second place finisher here tonight from Daytona. Let's go ahead and finally bring in our third place finisher, driver of the number 24, Graham McDonald. Graham, you got a copy?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Well, third place finish. The guy down in Victory Lane is thanking you in his interview. That's got to feel pretty good, right?
Yep, it is. We work together a lot.
How tough is it to kind of gauge how much to push that guy that's out in front of you in the closing laps? Because I think too often we see drivers maybe getting too aggressive with those pushes. It's just no, all gas, no brake. How tough is it to gauge how much you can push the 23 there in those final laps?
I was letting him tell me how hard you want me to push him, and he said to keep pushing.
So what you're telling me is my whole theory about you have to gauge it as long as you got that two-way communication, it's a piece of cake.
Yep.
Okay.
He said records or checkers.
Fair enough. Well, we saw a stellar run for you in this 24 bunch, up inside the top 5 throughout most of the run, especially the second half of this race. How hectic does it get in the closing laps in a race like this one tonight where, we got strung out and it felt like there at one point, maybe half the field thought, oh, my chance of winning's over. We get that one caution that bunches everyone back up. We see a couple more after that, but how much and how quick does that energy level get turned up after that first yellow of the night?
I'm not sure, but sometimes the field will string out because people are just riding, get to the next pit stop, and then somebody goes, and everybody goes with them.
It's kind of like the one sheep escapes from the pen, so then all the other sheep are like, I gotta escape too. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. Okay. Follow the leader.
What caution comes out there coming off of turn 4, coming back to the white, ends up being the checkered, right? But what's going through your mind? Obviously, you got help from behind in the 040 as well. You guys are working together there on the bottom. Are you setting up to get a push from him so you can give a push to the 23? Or is it, again, just pedal to the metal? If the 040 gets to you, he does. If he doesn't, whatever. I'm still pushing the 23. What's going through your mind off of turn number 4 with the caution coming out?
Well, the three of us were working together trying to beat the 41.
Okay. Well, Graham, a stellar job here tonight in this 24 truck. Third place finish up on the podium. Congratulations on it. Before that, you go, want to give you the opportunity. Know you got some great folks out there cheering you on, some great folks to shout out. The floor is yours to do so.
Yeah, just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody and Happy New Year. Hope everybody has some fun.
Well, Graham, again, congratulations on the podium finish. Can't thank you enough for taking some time to talk with us after this race. Merry Christmas to you and your entire family. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, and hope to be talking with you again soon.
Okay, have a good night.
Graham McDonald, driver of the number 24, your third place finisher here tonight at Daytona. Folks, that's going to wrap up our coverage here of the Afterburner Motorsports Christmas race from the Daytona International Speedway. Make sure, if you haven't already, drop a like on the video, subscribe, say hello if you're watching the replay. If you're one of the drivers out there and you've watched here to the end, thank you. You guys did a stellar job here tonight. All their friends and family that are tuning in tonight, make sure you give these guys a round of applause the next time you see them, because they did stellar here tonight for what was a very entertaining 56 laps. We saw a little bit of everything. Green flag pit stops, a long green flag run, strung out, high strung, action-packed, intense, big crashes. And at the end of the day, Doug Hulick takes home a third straight checkered flag in this race from Daytona. Remember, you can check out Afterburner Motorsports on the web. We have their website linked down in the video description below. And make sure you're not, make sure you're subscribed to us here on JTN. Show us some love. Click the like button to show these guys some love. And for all of us here at JTN, we're wishing you and your entire family a very Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, a Happy New Year. We hope to see you guys next time live right here on JTN. For all of us at JTN, for Rizzo, my producer, I've been Joe Twansky. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks.
3 wide for second, but Sean Whitehill is going to bring it home and win the race at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Ricky J closing up. Off turn 4. He's going to have a run to the inside. He blocks into the grass. Checkers out. Hardy wins it.
Ricky, what's going on in your brain right now?
Yeah, putting on 4 big rubber shoes and 2 gallons of, not 2 gallons, 2 cans of exploding dino juice here, Joe.
Down to the tunnel turn. These guys are throwing it through there and around to the back.
no.
The wall, as well as RJ Bishop. Down in front of Keith Hughes. Oh, no! Big hit. RJ Bishop. Oh, my.
Oh,
Ricky
big
J,
wreck.
big crash into the wall.
Oh,
The leaders
no.
have wrecked. Ricky J is upside down. Magoo is hard in the wall. Tyler Mallon escapes with no damage. Everybody else in this main group, including Nelly, is junk.
Through the north chute they'll go. The 24's into the wall. Almost contact there. The 10 with the shallow entry into turn 4. It's going to be a drag race down the front straightaway. Folks, the 24's in the wall. They make contact. Turn around. Napick goes on through the flip. Rich Napick's going to win the Culver Bluff 200 in